What's going on, everybody? It's Bulls Nation Station back at it again with another one. And I just wanted to talk about my guy Josh Giddey in this video. You know, you don't really hear me talking too much about him, but I feel like, the way Josh Giddey's been playing these past few games has been something to keep an eye on. Why most of these, good games haven't translated to wins outside of this Philly game. He definitely have shown some things that's very interesting, and I'm gonna dive into that a little bit. Definitely like this video if you're a true Bulls fan, and subscribe to my page. But yeah, I want to talk about Josh Giddey. And so these past 3 games, Josh Giddey has really been playing really well. He's had 20-point games, all these past 3 games against Phoenix, against Detroit, and he's been playing well. He's been a lot more aggressive. He's been a lot more decisive. And, he's always been a pretty good rebounder, but I don't know. He's just playing with a different type of confidence right now. And that's awesome to see. He's had this last game, he had 25 points and 16 rebounds. I mean, for a guard, 16 rebounds is a lot, and that's great. And so, is this the Josh Giddey we're going to see the rest of the season? This is coming in. A lot of people question how would this fit be. You can see a lot of things that's wrong with this game as far as like the athletic limitations, the defensive limitations, the shooting limitations. And I feel like he's starting to improve in some of those things, as far as the athletic limitations. I don't think he could ever improve from that. And so when you're not as athletic, you have to find a way to adjust and make a career out of it. And players have gone on throughout this, their careers to do that. You look at a player like Paul Pierce. To me, he wasn't the most outwardly athletic player, but he, grew on to have a Hall of Fame type of career, and he was willing to adjust. And, Josh Giddey has to do the same. But one thing I have noticed as far as improvement has been his defense and his shooting. As far as his 3-pointers, they've looked way better. They look a lot more confident. You give credit to the shooting coach for the Chicago Bulls for working with Josh Giddey, but he was shooting some threes yesterday that you was kind of like, wow. He was kind of like, you don't really see that type of stuff, like a step back 3. The type of form that Josh Giddey shoots with, you wouldn't even expect him to shoot a step back 3. But he's been doing that. He's been confident. He's been putting his head down and driving to the basket with a lot more force, a la THT. And so, it's good to see that. And he's finding his, teammates on defense. He's starting to figure out the spots they need to be in and things like that. I feel like him and Lonzo have been a really good pairing when they're on the floor together, while they take turns to run the plays for each other. And, Josh Giddey, he's not willing to get down and get dirty and get the offensive rebounds and fight for the board. So that's pretty cool to see. Now, defensively, it's still a lot to be desired. I do want to start off with that. It's still a lot to be desired. But while it's a lot to be desired, I do feel like it's been better than it was to start the season. To start the season, it was pretty bad. He couldn't figure out where to be. He was just getting took. People were singling him out. And while, his defense is still a lot to be desired, you see more effort. You see more attention to detail on defense. And, he's trying to be better. He's trying to get better on the defensive end. He said at the beginning of the season that's what he wants to do. Now we can actually see it a little bit. And, one thing I've noticed about Josh Giddey, when he's engaged, that's when he plays better. So it's really about him being engaged. And more so than not, since his All-Star break, he's been really engaged. He's had the time to reset. He had the time to relax. And he's taking advantage of the opportunities, and he's playing really good games. And so, is this the Josh Giddey that we're going to see? Is this the Josh Giddey that we traded for, when we got rid of Caruso? Those are questions that still need to be answered. And, the next step with Josh Giddey, if he does continue to play like this, is can these type of games translate to wins? Can these type of games make your teammates better? That goes all in all for Josh Giddey also. So it's a trial period for sure as far as him. And, we're going to see. As much criticism as AK and Mark Eversley took as far as how they manage, the Bulls in the front office, they did make a smart decision by not extending Josh Giddey and waiting it out to see, how does he perform and how does he, improve throughout the season, so that way they can have a better and clearer view of what to do by the time the season is over with. And either way, the Bulls are going to be good. I mean, we already gave Lonzo a contract. We still have guards on this team, but Josh Giddey, he is that question mark. He's that guy we have to see, for our future. He's a young player. We're investing in these young players that have experience. Josh Giddey is one of those players, and so we're going to see how that is. You guys comment down below. Let me know how do you guys feel about Josh Giddey, and I'm going to holler at you guys later. I'm out.